All right, what's up, y'all? So, last night I had a really deep and engaging conversation with a very close friend of mine, and it was just rejuvenating, and it was exactly what I needed. I know it's exactly what he needed. Um, and I just felt refreshed this morning, man. And through feeling refreshed, it really made me meditate on the idea of really focusing on Jesus, because in these conversations in day-to-day life, when you focus on Jesus and zero in on him as your Lord and Savior, he heals you through everything, every burden that you carry, everything you're feeling, all the past trauma, everything you've been through. When you focus on Jesus as he is a healer, you will be healed. And it just really made me want to speak to you guys on that, and the fact that the greatest way the devil attacks us on this earth is through distractions. Yes, we're natural born sinners and we tend to crave things of the flesh, but being of God, a lot of us know there's something wrong and want to find God and want to find Jesus in these things, but we're too distracted. Look at social media. Look at look at how short our attention spans are. Before you can even really think that you need to make a change, you have a goldfish mentality. You're focusing on things over there, and we live in a world where we are fixated on fear and all the negative aspects of life. We're fixated on illness. We're fixated on violence. You flip on the news and you don't see anything that makes you happy. You don't see anything that's praising God and really makes you rejoice. You see another homicide. You see another corrupt politician. You see sex being sold, and those things aren't focusing on Jesus. All it's doing is causing more confusion and more turmoil in our life. And then we're looking at these things, witnessing these things, getting distracted from where we are on our spiritual journey, and it's making it harder for us, and over again, we keep learning that Jesus is the answer, but you have to really meditate on Jesus. Everything you're going through in life, when you're seeing things and you're praying for discernment, you're praying for wisdom and the eyes to see through the BS that's going on, that's when you are focusing on Jesus Christ, and that's something we're not taught. They truly are separating, God from the state. You feel me? And after such a good conversation last night, I realized we were only able to have these type of conversations because we were focusing on God in the moment. I didn't go over there to even really talk about God like that. We were going to have like a small conversation, but the whole night turned into that. And it was healing for both of us, man. And that's the coolest thing ever, dude. Like, that's really the coolest thing ever. That when you bring Jesus Christ into the conversation, healing commences, but you have to focus on him. And just like I was talking about, when you have to leave earthly things in the world behind, the only way to do that is to constantly focus on Jesus Christ, because he is a healer. When a family member is ill, when you're sick, when you're down and out, when you're depressed, focus on the ultimate healer, Jesus Christ. Don't focus on how bad you feel. Focus on how good you once felt before the illness. Focus on how good you're going to feel after the illness. And the illness will subside, man. It won't last forever. Job went through hell and back, and he was rewarded with double what he had before. If that ain't God, I don't know, man. And I just wanted to touch on two things today real quick with you guys. I want to read from Philippians 4 and then 6 through 7, right? Where it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition with thanksgiving present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Jesus Christ." There's no reason to be anxious about anything. There's no reason to be fearful about anything when you truly give your life to Christ and trust in him. You will have no anxiety. You won't have any fear about anything. Focus on Jesus Christ. Let him heal you. He is the ultimate healer. He is our salvation, you know. And then I want to go on to Matthew 14:25-34, because we live in a society where we love to talk about the fact that Jesus walked on water. But how many of us actually understand that Peter also walked on water? Mortal man Peter walked on water, right? And it says, shortly after dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." "Lord, if it is," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on water, and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus reached out of his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" And when they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. When Peter was focusing on Jesus Christ, he was walking on water like Jesus did. The second he started paying attention to his surroundings, what's going on in this world, he began to sink. And Jesus said to him, "You of little faith, if you just focus on me, you can walk on water as I do, and you can do miraculous things." But how many of us in our day-to-day life are really meditating on that and focusing and zeroing in and honing our attention span on Jesus Christ? You know, and I just want to bring that to you guys' attention today, you know, because we love to talk about Jesus walking on water, but Peter did too. But being a man, Peter began to sink. And that's the story of all of our lives. We focus on Jesus, but then other things distract us and we begin to sink. You know, and don't let that continue. Don't be of this world. Don't continue to sink, you guys. And like always, you know, I hope you guys pray for me the way I pray for you. And I will see you guys the next time that I am compelled to do another video. Peace out. Love y'all.